What do you got going on?
Oh, life.
Life? Yeah. Well, you know, how can I help you?
My wife and I are a bit of a bind.
Okay.
And we need to bring in her ring. I guess I need to sell it, man. I've got an appraisal here. I'm hoping
let's see what you got.
you're able to take it. I've got the repair slip tied to it.
Okay. So you've got an appraisal here that in that $7,800 range. What are you trying? What would you like to see happen here as far as the amount you get paid? What are you thinking?
I'd like to get $4 grand for it.
Okay. Well, we're coming up against a bit of an obstacle here. Typically, the way this rolls is when I go to sell this, and I have an appraisal, which is a great place to get it appraised, current, which is good. I would typically take in a ring like this and I would go get this appraisal, basically the same sort of thing, get it current so I can explain to the client this is what the insurance replacement value would be, and I'm selling it basically for about a third of that. It's kind of how it rolls. So realistically, let's just round it up to $8 grand.
Okay. So
realistically, I would probably try to sell this for about $2,300 to make it move. For the most part, about 10% of the population that buys jewelry will consider buying jewelry from a pawn shop. The rest don't. So that puts us in a very niche market of people. And then when you get into the higher end stuff, because this is a beautiful piece in that kind of price range, I may end up holding on to this for several years before I can sell it. And if I do, I may have to sell it for, you know, a compromised price. So typically, if let's just say that I'm going to be able to sell this, I'm going to put up for $2,500 and somebody offers me $2 grand, I'm going to jump on it. I'm going to sell this sucker for $2 grand. I know it seems crazy. That means to you, if I'm going to buy this, it's going to be about a third of that. Unfortunately, yeah. So we're looking at, you know, top of the mark. I'm looking at $600.
To sell it for $600.
You know, so you know what I'm thinking? You know what? Is there any way that if you took $600 on a pawn, you could possibly come back, find another buyer, sell it privately. Maybe by that time you're back on your feet. It's always an option. In the event that at the end of 30 days, it's just like, you know what, my friend, I just can't come back. You can let it go. But that's,
we don't want to sell it.
Well,
I actually only need about $500 to be honest with you. I just assumed that I would have to.
This becomes relatively simple and a lot less stress. If you just do a straight up pawn for $500, I can do that. That's within the range of what I can do. Get you your $500. At the end of 30 days, you can come back, get it back. In the event that in 30 days you're unable to come back, you pay some interest, you roll it over, and we can hold it for you. That's going to be...
Well, I just started a new job. I mean, all I got to do is just buy some time here until I get my first check. So that might work into the plan pretty handily. You
know what? That's what I would like to see happen. To be straight up with you on the way it works, we actually don't really want the ring. We would rather you're able to keep it. It has some sentimental value. It obviously has some monetary value. We want it to go back to you. We want this to be a transaction. We're in the business of kind of lending money. And we do acquire assets because people, what we call default, and have to come back. They can't come back. But ideal scenario is you bring it in, we lend you money, we hold it, we give it back, we get a bit of interest. Everybody wins in that situation. That's what I would like to see happen with this today.
Well, I think that would actually work. And I'll tell you what, my wife she'll be pretty pleased with that too. So
you'll be in the good books.
If we can do that,
what I'll do is I'll keep the appraisal, I'll keep the ring. It goes into our safe, which is super secure. Sits in there, and it waits for you to come back. You get some money as you walk out the door today. You'll have $500 in your pocket. In 30 days, we'll catch up with you. We'll get our interest, and we'll be good to go.
We're good to go. Let's do it. Thanks, man. I appreciate the explanation.
Hey, that's how it rolls.
Okay.